video lecture we will discuss about the secretion of hydrochloric acid, how the stomach it is able to secrete the hydrochloric acids. Now this HCl it is mainly synthesized or secreted by the cell present in the stomach. So these cells that are called as parietal cell or occipital cell. Now these cells that are mainly found in the stomach, so these cells that are responsible for the secretion of HCls. Now how these cells that are able to secrete the HCl hydrochloric acids. So this process of secretion of the HCl by the parietal cell it will explain with the help of theory that is called as Davenport theory. Now look at here, this theory explained that how the parietal, this theory mainly explained that the parietal cell, how the parietal cell it is able to secrete the HCl. But before discussing this, we will see here the overall structure of the parietal cell. So this is actually the structure of the parietal cell, while the channel of the parietal cell it is called as canaliculus. So while the space around this the parietal cell that is called as extracellular fluid are simply said as ECF. Now according to this Davenport theories, so the carbon dioxide that is metabolically produced in the parietal cell or it may come from the blood. Now this carbon dioxide it will combine with the water molecule present in the parietal cells. So it will finally form the carbonic acid. So this reaction may be catalyzed by the carbonic anhydrase enzyme. Now this enzyme it is actually the fastest enzyme found in our bodies. Now when this carbonic acid it is formed, so this is highly unstable compounds. So this is immediately split into the two products. The first one that is hydrogen ion, while the second one that is bicarbonate ions. Now this hydrogen ion it is actively pumped into the canaliculus of the parietal cells. So this is actually come into the canaliculus of the parietal cells. Now right at the ECF or extracellular fluid, the sodium chloride it is present. Now this sodium chloride it is split into the sodium ion and chloride ions. Now this chloride ion it is actually actively pumped into the parietal cell, and from this parietal cell it is pumped into the canaliculus of the parietal cells. Now here at the canaliculus of the parietal cell, this hydrogen ion it will combine with the chloride ion and finally form the hydrochloric acid. So here finally the synthesis of the hydrochloric acid occurs. Now what happened to this bicarbonate ions? So this bicarbonate ion it is actively formed into the ECFs. So here right at the ECF the sodium ion also presents. So here the loss of the sodium ion occur. Now the compensation of this sodium chloride it will control by the bicarbonate ion. So right at the ECF this sodium ion it will combine with the bicarbonate ion and will finally form the sodium bicarbonates. So this is the overall process that how the stomach cell or parietal cell that is able to synthesize to secrete this hydrochloric acids. So this is the overall mechanism of the secretion of HCl that was explained with the help of Davenport theories. Now what is the function of HCl? As we have studied that how the parietal cell that is able to secrete the HCl. Now the HCl it is finally formed by the parietal cell. Now what is the function of these hydrochloric acids? So here are the important function that is played by the hydrochloric acids. The first one that is HCl kills some bacteria that enter the stomach along with the food substance. As we know that when the food molecule that is come into the esophagus through the cardiac sphincter, these food molecule it will enter into the stomach cell. Now this food molecule or substance it will contain some bacteria. Now these bacteria actually killed by this hydrochloric acid. So this is the first function of the hydrochloric acid, that is kill some bacteria that enter to the stomachs. Now the second function that is it activate the pepsinogen and to pepsins. Pepsinogen it is actually the protein digesting enzymes. Now this protein digesting enzyme this is actually secreted in inactive form. This is actually the inactive form of the pepsin. Now this pepsinogen it is converted into the active form, that is pepsin. Now this pepsin then act on the protein and they will digest the proteins. Now the activation of this pepsinogen, it will occur in acidic mediums. So this acidic medium, it is mainly provided by the hydrochloric acids. So due to which this pepsinogen, it is converted into its active form, that is pepsin. So this is the second function of the HCLs. Now the third function of the hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, providing acidic medium necessary for the action of the hormone. As we know that this hydrochloric acid, it is highly acidic in nature, so that's why this hydrochloric acid, it will provide the acidic medium for the action of the various type of the hormone that are produced in the stomachs. So this is overall about how the stomach, it is able to secrete the HCl and what are the function of these HCLs. Thank you so much.